Hey everyone, welcome to Craven Something Scary, where it's all horror all the time. Now in this video, I'm going to share some new behind the scenes images from Scream 7 that have just started circulating on social media. Now these images are amazing and will reveal some new things we've not seen before, and we'll even get an image or two of Stu Macher. And to top it all off, we may have an image here showing a ghost face reveal. Potential spoiler warning, guys, letting you know right now, it's not for sure, but a potential spoiler warning. I always want to let you guys know that before you get into the video. So, having said all that, get settled in because it's time to dive into these new images. Let's go.
It's David Arquette, Dewey from the Scream movies, as you know. Remember, there's only one rule to surviving a horror movie, and that's subscribing to Craven Something Scary.
So I want to give a big shout out to Scream News over on X for providing me these fantastic images to share with all of you. Now they've requested that I place my watermark on the images to help protect them, so that is what I have done. Now before we get started, I do want to remind you that there is a possible spoiler once again during the video as we examine one of the images. Now it may not be a spoiler at all, but I have to give that potential warning so that everyone watching this is aware and that it's possible. All right, so here we go. First up is this image of Robbie's news van. Now Robbie works at News Channel 7 alongside with Gale Weathers, and he's rumored to be in constant competition with Gale. And of course, he's played by Mark Consuelos, one of the more recent hires to the movie. So there's that image of the news of his news van, a little clip of it. We got at least, the back half of it. Now, speaking of that news team, next up is an image of what looks to be the trailers for cast members, where they hang out in between filming scenes. All the cast, the bigger known cast especially, have their own trailers. So this image was taken outside of the building where the TV news studio is being portrayed. So this is the actual physical location of where Gale Weathers and Robbie both work. This is just outside of that building. All right, now we see at least three trailers right there in this image. So one's for Courtney, one's for Mark. That's a given. And it's unknown which cast member the third trailer is for. Maybe it belongs to Kevin Williamson, or perhaps there's another cast member that will appear at the news station in the movie, and they could be there filming with both Mark and Gale. It's possible. Maybe they're interviewing a character like Sydney. Maybe they got Sydney to come in, or another character they're interviewing possibly at the news station. Anything's possible right now, so which makes it a lot of fun and very cool. But there's that image, guys. At least three trailers we know for the cast members at this particular location. Now, here we go, guys. Next up is where things get juicy. And this is one of my absolute personal favorites of the bunch. It is, of course, this image of all the Scream 7 cast and crew chairs being lined up to tear down and leave. But even more than that, before that, if you look at the two monitors in this image, if you look at the second row on the right of chairs, look straight ahead, right by my watermark you're going to see there's two monitors, what looks to be two monitors set up there, screens, and there's images on those monitors. Now, I have zoomed in on those screens as close as possible without it pixelating and becoming way too blurry. And I want to put the spoiler warning here, okay? Now here's the image, guys. Now, I would like you to right now, do me a favor as you're watching. Take a moment and look at this image. Just examine it with your eyes. Look at the images. And I would like you to tell me in the comments section below right now while we're in the video, what do you think you see? Now, you can leave more comments at the end of the video, and trust me, I think you will after the image I'm going to show you later. But right now, for fun, before I tell you my thoughts on the image, examine it and comment right now on what you think you see or what you're sure you see. Pause the video, make your comment, then unpause it, and I'm going to share with you what I'm seeing. So pause now, comment, and then unpause. All right, guys, so here are my thoughts on what I see for sure in these images. Number one is that this scene is taking place in a theater. You can see the stage right there on the left image on the front. You see the stage there, and you can see the seats in the background of the image. Looking at the image forward, you see seats up there. This is clearly a theater, and we know there's a drama club at the high school in Pine Grove where Sydney's daughter attends school. Remember that poster, The Fairy Princess? Well, that's the play that will be part of the movie. Obviously, it's put into the movie. Now, here's where things get especially interesting. Standing at the front of the left image is a blonde female and what looks to be approximately shoulder hair length. It appears that her back is to the camera here. I think we're seeing her back. And she's facing the seats. And you notice there's someone standing on the left side of that image where it looks like she's looking at them, possibly from where her body's at. And it looks like it might be the front row. There's someone standing there that looks like she's talking with them or looking at them. But what captures my attention the most is that the blonde female looks to be wearing possibly a ghost face robe. Now look, it's not a clear image, I get that, but it looks like she's wearing all black. And if you just look at the image, look at what she's wearing, look at her body, it really looks like the shape and form of a ghost face robe on her. That's what I'm seeing. Now I'm really curious if you picked up on that and see that as well. But it really looks, guys, like this is a blonde female in a ghost face robe, possibly who's been unmasked. And she's facing this person at the front row there in the theater. So could it be that we're seeing one of the ghost face killers right here on this stage of the theater? It's definitely possible if you ask me. And some may say, now some of you got there maybe thinking, hey, they would never leak an image like this if it was a reveal. Well, here's the thing to keep in mind. This is not an official photo. This has been taken most likely by a crew member, less likely a cast member, most likely a crew member, and have leaked the image. So the studio, in my opinion, would never release this, but this is not from the studio. So yes, it is absolutely possible for sure that we're looking at an unmasked ghost face from the back with blonde hair. Now, I'm very excited to read your comments and thoughts on this image and what your eyes are telling you that you're seeing. So again, comment below now so we can discuss this image together. Now, moving on. Okay, we're going to move on now to a different image. And here we see one of Sydney's neighbor's house and the filming crane here in front of it. And I don't know particularly who this image of this house is, which neighbor. If you know, let me know in the comments. But I just have to comment again, I love this neighborhood. It was a great selection for Sydney's neighborhood. I love the looks of these homes, the trees. It's very Woodsboro-y, even though it's not Woodsboro. I know it's Pine Grove, but It just gives me that feeling like we're watching an older Scream film, like we're going back to the first 4, and I love that feeling. And I wonder if you guys feel the same, but that's how it looks and feels to me. All right, next up is an image of the Pine Grove police cruisers. It looks like they're all lined up, getting ready to return them probably to the rental company. But one more look at the Pine Grove police cruisers, which I think look really sharp, by the way. I like the paint job and how they decided to go with the black and white. All right, now we move on to a picture that also really grabbed my attention. Here we see a picture hanging on the wall of the one and only Stu Macher. Yes, there he is, a young Stu Macher, by the way. Looks about the age he was in Scream 1, right around there. And the big question for me on this is, where is this picture hanging? Is this Leslie Macher's house? You know, we've been rumoring and talking about, and I've been theorizing here on the channel that Leslie Macher, maybe we finally get to see her in Scream 7. Maybe she's even involved with the Ghostface killings. Very possible to me. And this could be her house. We could be getting a glimpse of one of her walls of her brother. Or is it one of the Ghostface killer's house? Or is it the lair? Maybe a Ghostface's lair where they're at, and this is where they hang out at, and there's a picture of Stu. It might be. Or could it even possibly be Stu Macher's own house or lair or what have you that the cult of Ghostface could possibly be meeting up at? I mean, that's possible too. If they end up bringing back the cult idea, which I think would be cool if they do it personally. Not everybody's a fan of that idea, but I think it could be, if it's done right, it could be really awesome. But I am dying to know, guys, where is this picture hanging at? And I want to know, what do you think, guys? Do you think it's one of the places I mentioned just now? Or do you have another idea of where you think this picture could be hanging? Let me know in the comments section right now. I really want to know what you guys think about this picture and where is this from. All right, guys, finally, one last image of Stu that is circulating on social media. This image comes via hellosydney.com, and I absolutely love it. I wanted to include it in the video. And obviously this is just, I've never seen this image before. I'm not sure if it's new. It looks like a new image for Scream 7. Obviously it's an older Stu Macher there, you can see. I don't know when it was taken, but I just love that it was taken. And look at this great shot of Stu in the Ghostface robe again and holding the mask. It just gets me pumped to see him again at an older age with the mask and robe. All right, so guys, listen, that is all for the new images. Now I want to know, what are your thoughts about them? What do you think? What were you able to make out of the on-screen monitors? Do we have a Ghostface reveal there? And where is this picture of this young Stu Macher? Where is it hanging at? I want to know your thoughts on all of these images, all of the above. Please leave your thoughts, ideas, and your theories right now in the comment section so that we can read them, I can read them, and we can discuss them together here on this channel, on this page. I love knowing your thoughts. All right, everybody, that's going to be it for the update, but I'll be back soon with more Scream 7 and other horror movie content. So don't forget to like this video. Please subscribe to the channel if you have not yet. And until next time, this is Craven Something Scary, where it's all horror all the time. Thank you for watching.